As long as you have quality and a good story, release as often as you can. Yeah. So it's been a while since I've released a song. 6 months? Damn, okay, that's a long time. And I hear this mantra consistently, you gotta release songs every 4 weeks, maybe every 6 weeks. People are saying this over and over, and I think there's a lot of goodness to this consistency. A lot of artists never release music, or maybe once every year or two will release some songs. But is this the only way to go? Is there some sort of middle ground, a better option, a different alternative? Because it's hard to release music this often, especially when you're a one-person team. In today's video, let's talk about how often small independent artists should actually be releasing music for optimal growth in 2021. So on this beautiful day, we're gonna break down 4 different things that relate to this topic. First, the benefits of releasing music every 4 to 6 weeks. Second, the drawbacks of this. Third, just your team size and how this plays a role in how often you should be releasing music. And fourth, my optimal strategy, which I've come up with over the last few months that I think is the right way to go. It's something realistic, but also primed for a lot of growth if you do it right. So feel free to just skip ahead to that section if you want to only hear about that strategy. Okay, I need to sit here. First, let's talk about the benefits of releasing music every 4 to 6 weeks. The main thing I'd say, you'll have more fan engagement, more fan retention. You'll be on the minds of your fans way more often, so they're much more likely to become super fans, to consume all of your content, to listen to all your songs, to actually come to your live shows, to buy your merch. It's kind of like how in the marketing world, big brands will just plaster their ads all over TV and the internet to just always have their consumers in their mind. The same can be applied to music. Another major benefit is you're optimizing your Spotify plays. You're actually using the Release Radar algorithm to its fullest. So with the Spotify Release Radar, you can have a song up every 4 weeks that can be put on that playlist. If you release music every 3 weeks, then the first week that you release that song, it won't be able to be on Release Radar. So you're actually not getting the full benefit of each release on that playlist. So instead of just having to pay for marketing, you're actually getting Spotify to work a little bit for you with the Release Radar. But that's not everything. We gotta take other things into account. So second, I wanna talk about the drawbacks of releasing music this often. And the first thing that I would say is you might actually get a little bit of reduction in quality of your music. This can be a little bit of a toss-up at times, but in general, if you let your songs marinate for months, you might actually squeeze a little bit of extra mixing and mastering out of them and get the songs to the point that you had imagined when you first conceived of the ideas. You can actually take a little bit of a break from a song, come back to it with a fresh perspective, and actually make a little bit better song. The other main advantage is you'll be able to build a big campaign around each release. You'll be able to make a music video, maybe 2 music videos. You'll be able to make merch for your song. You'll be able to make different social media posts for it, an advertising campaign for Facebook ads. You'll be able to reach out to people, and then you'll be able to do stuff like work on your social media, like make YouTube videos describing the song. You'll be able to build stories around each song. This can get that momentum for each of your releases. The thing about this is it's hard. If you're releasing songs every 4 weeks, it's hard to develop stories and to flesh out the stories for each one of your songs. Third, let's talk about your team size. If you're working on your music yourself, doing most of the work, then I'd probably advise against releasing music every 4 weeks. On the other hand, if you have other people mixing your songs, mastering your songs, doing video work, it's a little bit more likely that you can actually release music that's quality every 4 to 6 weeks. The big thing here is that as you start out, you generally have a smaller team, and as you progress, you might be able to have people that can help you with your project. So down the road, it actually might be more attainable to release songs every 4 to 6 weeks that are of good quality. Today's video is sponsored by Hello. I'm just kidding, but I do need to make some dinner, so I'm starving. Back to the topic, part 4. What is the answer? What should you do? What should your approach be as a small independent artist? And I think there's 3 different answers depending on which stage of your career you're at. If you're just beginning and you're learning music production, The correct answer, I believe, is put out as much music as possible. This teaches you a few things. One, it teaches you how to actually finish songs, how to mix them, how to go through the whole process, not just the starting and the idea phase. It also helps you practice marketing, social media, ads, all of these things, because you're having to do it over and over again. It's not spaced out as much. Now, once you kind of have these skills down and you're more of an intermediate producer, this is a pretty big range, I would say, and this is kind of where I'm at. You should maybe slow down and queue up some songs so that you can release them spaced every 6 weeks and have momentum building. But you're then able to spend more time really fine-tuning your productions and working on a storytelling strategy for each one of your releases. At this point in your career, you're able to have more success on platforms like Submit Hub with bloggers and with radio stations, people wanting to play your music. If you can actually build full stories and make really polished music, they're going to be receptive to showing it to their audiences. You can kind of have the best of both worlds by stockpiling maybe 2 or 3 songs and releasing those fairly close together so that you build that momentum. Then you can take a little break from the momentum while you're working on more songs. Then you'll once again hop on the momentum train. So it's almost like doing EPs, but as singles. And this is kind of what I'm going to start doing now. Finally, if you decide to hire more people, have a social media manager, marketing manager, have someone mixing your songs, mastering them, other writers, people helping you, if you decide to go this route, then it may be possible to once again start releasing every 4 to 6 weeks. But at the same time, once you're at this more advanced part in your career, the consistent momentum isn't quite as necessary. But, if you'd like to maybe play less shows and put out more music, then I would recommend, if you can, releasing every 4 to 6 weeks. Because as long as you have quality and a good story, release as often as you can. I guess there's no point in releasing every 2 or 3 weeks, but take all of this in, see how it feels, make it personalized, take into account your own strategies and your own thoughts, but I hope these ideas could kind of help you maybe think outside the box a little bit in terms of your release strategy. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!